everybody, it's Miss Cox from Math 100, and I wanted to just give you some tips on how to use ALEKS when we are working on our homework, and then you'll also be taking your tests in ALEKS. And so I just want to kind of give you an overview. Some of you have never used ALEKS before, so I want us to just look at some things from ALEKS. You've taken your initial knowledge check, and when you have taken that initial knowledge check, you will have gotten a pi. You can see that, you know, I just randomly did mine and got 38 topics. You may not have had any topics in your pi, and that's quite all right. But your pi is what we're going to fill in through the semester. So this is your homework. This is how you work homework throughout the semester. Now, once you hit continue, then you went to a page like this, and it says continue my path. Now, you've got lots of information on this continue my path page. First of all, clicking on continue my path is how you're going to get to homework. Okay, that's going to take you to homework. I'll show you that in just a second. Some other information, you've got a timeline on here that shows you how many topics you've got left until your due date. Okay, over on this left hand side it says working toward, and so I'm working toward factor and polynomials. I don't have any topics out of 9. There's only 9 topics, and then it also tells me when this is due. When you have tests coming up, your tests will show up here as well. So anytime you have something due, it's going to show up on that page, so you can easily tell what your next due date is. Now, if we click continue my path, you can see the first thing you're going to get is an explain page. Okay, this is called an explain page. And on this explain page, it's giving you an example, just like you would see out of a textbook. So in this particular one, you know, it's a factoring problem. It's showing me how to do, if it's a trinomial, I'm trying to find factors of the last term that add up to the middle, and they made a chart. There are things you can click on. Now, here are some things that you can see over here on the right hand side. Now, these also appear when you're working regular problems. You can see you can watch a video. Now, that video is not my video. That's a video from the textbook. You can see the textbook pages. If you want to actually see the pages from the textbook, here and here. Here is where you can send me an email with the question, and it will send me the exact question. In this case, it would send me this explain page, which doesn't do me a lot of good if you'll want to send me the email questions when you get to the actual homework questions. And then the last one is you can print. If you wanted to print this page, you could. Alright, so let's suppose we've looked at the explain page, we're ready to start. This will take us to our first homework question. Okay? So on that homework question, we would click there, and then we would see something like this. Alright, so here's a trinomial, just like the one that was on that explain page. And you can see, here are all, oops, pick up my pen again. Here are all our buttons to do the video and send an email. You would click in here, and then you would type in your answer. So on this particular one, I'm trying to find factors that multiply to get me -12. I do my chart a little bit different and if you watch my videos, any of my videos, you'll see that I need factors that multiply to get -12, add to get -1. That would be -4 and a +3. So this would be x, oops, sorry, I used a y. Y -4, y +3 would be the answer, and that's what I would type in. Be very careful and don't make the mistake I was about to make. Use the letter that they used, and be sure. Then when you go down here, you can check your answer. You can get another explanation if you need another explanation. It'll probably take you to the explain page, or it'll give you a whole nother problem and it'll explain it again. Now, as you're working along problems, see up here at the top, see those little bars? As you work problems and you get them right, these bars will fill in. If you get 3 in a row right, you don't have to worry about the other 2. It's going to move you on. That's how ALEKS works. ALEKS is adaptive, so it adapts to how you answer questions and gives you harder ones, easier ones, depending on how you answer. But then it's also mastery-based. I don't want you to just answer this problem one time and then move on. I want you to prove to me that you know what you're doing. So that's why you have to answer it 3, maybe 4 times to get them right, and then you move on. Alright, so that's the actual problem page. Now let's look. Here, I want to show you this though. Let me go back to that slide. Alright, so on this page, if you you have some other things on here. This is called our little menu button. And that's going to take us to a topic wheel, which I've got on the next slide. So if you click on that little down arrow, you're going to see something that looks like this. It's called the topic wheel. And you can see these are the topics that exact problem was working on. Here's some other topics that I've got to finish. You can go over here and you can scroll, you can click on that arrow and it's going to scroll through topics that are available to you. So these are topics available to you. Now, everybody's topic wheel may be different. Depends on what topics you've already mastered and what you need to be working on. But these are available to you. And it's based on what you're ready to do next. Now, what I'd like everybody to do in their topic wheel, I want you to come up here and you click on, see that, oops, lost my pen again. All right, you see this filter page. Click on this filter page. And then on the next slide, I'm going to show you what I want you to do. Alright, on the filter page, this little menu will come up. If you would, for me, if you will click on pie slice, a lot of times easiest is highlighted, but if you'll click on pie slice and then click outside the box. So click on pie slice. That's going to help keep your topics in order of how they are listed. And that's usually, a lot of times people like to just keep them, you know, in a nice linear fashion. So click on pie slice and that will help you out. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you. This last slide. Alright, so I was on that continuing my path page, and then I had my problem that I was working. To get to a menu, these little 3 lines, to me it's not really intuitive. It's supposed to be, because the 3 lines in anything is supposed to be menu. But in case you didn't know that, which I didn't know, I had to learn that. The 3 lines, if you click on the 3 lines, that's going to give you your menu right here. Now, in this menu, there are some things that really aren't going to mean a whole lot to you. If you wanted to review after you were done, you could, not necessary. Worksheets, don't do worksheets. It gives you worksheets from the entire semester, and it's just confusing. The calendar is an ALEKS calendar, not my calendar, so that's, you know, you can use it or not. Here's what you need to know though. This is how you access the gradebook. If you click on gradebook, you will access your gradebook, and then you can look at your percentages for each chapter. If you are concerned with how close you are as far as your percentage towards a due date. So like for this Sunday night, we're supposed to have the factoring review done. Remember, there were 9 topics, so there's not a whole lot of topics to get done, but it's a review. Some of you got that review done already because you got those topics in the initial knowledge check. So some of you have already moved on to rational expressions, which is great. You're just put you ahead of the game. Alright, so that's kind of a little quick and dirty overview of ALEKS. Please send me questions if you have them. If you text me with Remind, that's a great way to do it. But I think that you will enjoy ALEKS once you get in there, but you're just going to have to get in there and play with it. Y'all have a wonderful day.